Hi everybody. Today we're going to talk about internal text structures, which are also known as internal organizational patterns. The other day we talked about external text structures. External structures organize what you see on a page. Internal structure is going to organize the ideas in the writing. So writers organize their ideas in ways that make sense. There are 7 common ways to organize nonfiction ideas. And if you can identify the pattern, then you're going to be better able to understand the ideas. So again, those external things, those headlines, pictures, captions, they organize what the page looks like. And that helps your brain organize difficult nonfiction ideas. But when you're reading, you also have to organize the ideas in the writing so that the brain can guess what's coming next. So think about internal structure inside the text. Now before we go any further, let's think about how organization helps us. Look at both images. Which one makes more sense and why? If I were to ask you to look for a pair of socks, a matching pair of socks, mind you, it would be very difficult to do so in the first room. But in the second room, you would know exactly where they were. Perhaps they're in the second drawer in the dresser. Maybe they're in the little closet. Organization helps you find things. It helps you know what's going to come next. In this picture, organization is also helpful. If you started at the first person in line on the right, in the picture on the left, you can see what comes next. Even if you didn't see the picture, if we covered part of it up, you would be able to guess after the second one that the people are going to get taller and older. But in the second one, you can't even guess who's going to come next. As a matter of fact, there are some body parts that are floating around in there. So we want your brain to know what's going to come next in writing. So let's look at the types of internal text structure or organizational patterns that we're going to see. There are 7 common ones. First one is called enumeration and listing, concept and definition, compare contrast, chronological sequential, cause and effect, process, and generalization. This is what you should have open on your screen. This is the notes for the internal text structure. Today we're going to focus on the first 3, generalization, concept and definition, and enumeration and listing. When you're doing this, you're going to take notes. The red, and I'll tell you this in a second, you're going to fill in the red part in the definition. I expect you to highlight on the example. Okay? And I'm going to take a peek at these to make sure you do these because these are pretty important. All right, let's go. Our first one is generalization. The purpose of the text is to organize information into general statements with supporting details. So this red part up here, you need to put that on the definition line. You need to type that in. So if you need to stop the video, that's okay. Stop the video and get that typed in before I go on, because I want you to listen as I read and explain. Okay, so here's our generalization paragraph. Every human has traits that are individual and unique. Our genes and DNA make us different than every person, and no 2 people have the same fingerprints. Even identical twins with identical DNA have different fingerprints. This allows fingerprints to be our unique signature, which can be used for everything from background checks to biometric security to legal evidence in a trial. So generalization are kind of what's called general paragraphs. They're not structured in a real structured way. There's a topic, and our topic here is fingerprints. And then there's just a little bit of detail and information about it. These are usually introduction paragraphs. These are usually introduction paragraphs or conclusion paragraphs. They give very general information about a topic. They're also probably the hardest to recognize. All right, and here's a way that you would organize it. I'm going to give you a graphic organizer for each type of internal text structure to help you visualize it. And this is kind of a boring one. There's a topic at the beginning and then a bunch of details about it. Okay? All right, our second one is called concept and definition. The purpose of the passage is to define a concept using appropriate supporting details. So it's very important to understand what a concept is here. The word concept means an abstract idea. That's something that you know exists, but you can't touch. You can't see it. Things like happiness, love, democracy, air. Okay, they're all things that you know exist, but you can't see them and you can't touch them. So being able to give a definition and examples is very important in understanding the concept. So in a lot of nonfiction writing, concepts have a very specific structure when you're talking, and they're often in science writing and history writing. So concept and definition. So I'm going to read you a paragraph about evidence. Evidence, specific evidence you could touch, but evidence as a general thing, you know what it is, but it's not something you can see. So let's take a look at the paragraph. Fingerprints are often the most important evidence at crime scenes and in a legal trial. Evidence is facts or information available to show or confirm a hypothesis or statement. Many types of evidence are found and collected at a crime scene. Some examples include blood, physical objects, DNA, and fingerprints. So some key words that you will often find in a concept definition paragraph are is or are, for example, defined. It's usually defined. It has to be defined to be in the paragraph here. There's going to be a definition of that concept. You'll see examples, and sometimes you'll see something like one reason or an addition. In this paragraph, we see is or are, and we see a definition of the concept, and we see an example. So our concept is evidence. And evidence is, and then you have the definition right after it. Evidence is the facts or information available to show or confirm a hypothesis or statement. Then you have some examples. You have blood, physical objects, DNA, and fingerprints. Okay, before I go on, did you get that definition? The red part, define a concept. Stop the video if you didn't copy it down. Make sure you put the red highlighting and also maybe mark the keywords for me, okay, on the notes. So you make sure you have those. And when you go back to this, you'll understand it. Today, we're going to do one more type. Oh, but first, here's how you organize concept and definition paragraphs. At the beginning of the paragraph, you usually have the name of the concept and the definition. That's going to be at the beginning of the paragraph. Evidence are facts to confirm something. And then usually you'll have definitions following. Some examples to follow. Some examples are blood, physical objects, fingerprints. Okay, so that's the way you usually organize that paragraph. When you read a paragraph and you see, oh, there's this like abstract idea, I see a definition of it, and I see examples of it. That's going to be concept and definition. All right, we're going to do one more today, and then we'll do the last four next class. The last one is called enumeration, or the third one is called enumeration and listing. The purpose of the passage is to list or describe specific points or example about a topic. Go ahead and get that definition in there, list or describe. If you need to stop the video, please do so. Notice the word num in enumeration. Enumeration, sometimes in this paragraph, things are going to be listed first, then next. Sometimes it's just a list of things in the paragraph. There are many types of this, and this. So these are kind of paragraphs where you're looking for a topic and a list of details. Okay, so here's our paragraph. Fingerprints are made up of three shapes. The first shape is called a loop. which is the part of the fingerprint that curves up and back to form a loop shape. Loops account for about 60% of fingerprint patterns. The second shape is called a whorl, which is the circular and spiral pattern that looks like a tiny whirlpool. Whorls make up about 35% of fingerprint patterns. The last shape is called an arch, which creates a wave-like pattern. Arches make up only about 5% of all fingerprint patterns. Okay, here are some keywords that you might see in enumeration and listing. In this paragraph, we see a list of facts, and let's see if we can see them. Well, there's our topic. This is what it's about. Our topic sentence is at the beginning. Fingerprint patterns are made up of 3 shapes. Okay, and that sentence even tells you, we're going to show you 3 things. First, and then we have the second shape, and then we have the last shape. So there's your list of details. And those are pretty common words. First, you can see on my list, first, then next to begin with. So list. Sometimes it'll just be a list. First, second, third, or a list of something. Okay, so really think about lists of details when you look for these. Okay, those are the 3 you're going to do today. I now want you to go back into the Google Classroom. I want you to find Internal Text Structure Practice 1 or Organizational Patterns Practice 1 and see if you can do it. Okay? I'll work with you a little later in the class if I haven't already. Bye. Thanks.